October 15th, 2024, the City of Sacramento Code Enforcement Department received a complaint regarding inoperable or dismantled vehicles located at 34 Arcade Boulevard, Sacramento, California, 95815.
I'd like to object to that.
Not at this point. Go ahead, city staff.
On November 21st, 2024, Code Enforcement Officer Bowen received a call from the property owner who identified himself.
I'd like to object to this.
You may not object at this point in time. I'm going to be hearing from you as soon as the report is over.
Can I have a ruling on that?
What?
Can you rule that you're denying my objection without even hearing it?
You will be able to give your objection as soon as it's your turn to talk.
So no ruling on that? Just
My
for the
ruling
record?
My ruling is that when your turn to talk comes after the staff report, you may object to anything you want to. Please allow the staff to proceed.
Well,
Kathleen? Okay, I'm not hearing from the attorney. I
suggest we pause until the city attorney is involved, because this is not allowed. You can't do this.
It's not allowed for what reason?
It's prejudicial because what this hearing is about a an appeal issue or a recorded document from the 11th of November, and she's showing pictures from December. That's not what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss the pending enforcement action. And that was what the appeal was about.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to please wait until it is your turn. The city procedure, you've been online, you've heard every testimony prior to this, where the city of Sacramento gives a presentation, and then you as the appellant will have your opportunity to rebut anything that has been said, but not until it is your turn.
It's not about rebutting it, it's about them even talking about it.
Okay, do we have Ms. Rogan online? Erica?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
Weigh in on this, please.
I'm sorry, I got a call from my supervisor. My understanding is that the appellant is objecting to the presentation of evidence because he thinks it's not an issue. What does city staff say about that?
Ms. Bowen?
Say that again.
You hear the appellant's interruption that what you're presenting isn't at issue. How do you respond?
Well, I was going to read all my staff report that I have. Usually that's how we do it. And then he lets us know if he objects to anything.
Very well. Okay, so as far as you're concerned, what you're presenting is at issue.
My concern is
no, I'm not speaking to you, Mr. Sir. I'm asking staff. I'm sorry, Ms. Bowen.
I'm just reading my staff report and detailing the dates when the inspections were.
Okay, so Mr. Oskier, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing your name. The hearing examiner is correct. You need to please be quiet. It is not your opportunity to speak. Let the city present its case, and then when the floor is yielded and it is your opportunity, that's when you point out whatever inaccuracies, problems, whatever you think. But at the moment, the city has the opportunity to present its case.
I just want my objection on the record. That's all I'm asking, is that my objection's on the record and that the hearing officer rules on it. So far, I've been cut off.
No, that's because it's not appropriate for you to make objections at this point. Your opportunity to speak. She can note the objection, but it's not your opportunity.
She hasn't heard my objection to note it.
It's not your opportunity to speak. Your opportunity is at the end. After the city has presented its case, then you can raise all of your issues.
First, to address, she testified that the complaint was based on, could she repeat that? Because that's what I wanted to object to.
Ms. Bowen?
Say that again.
The initiating event, what did she say that was?
I said the city of Sacramento received a complaint and that you were issued a notice of alleged violation on October 15th, 2024.
Oh.
I went back and corrected myself.
Okay, and what I've subsequently learned is that this was part of a neighborhood cleanup where it wasn't like some homeowner calling in with a complaint. This was code enforcement going out and documenting all of the they basically inspected the whole neighborhood. And does the officer have any insight as to that?
There was a neighborhood cleanup being conducted, but prior to the neighborhood cleanup, there was a complaint that came in from an unknown party. We're unaware of who that party was, so that's why you received a notice of alleged violation, giving you 21 days to correct the violations before I conducted my inspection.
So this is the Excel file of all the cases that were sent to, or that were done, and you could see right here. "34 Arcade, inoperable vehicles, Johnson Park neighborhood cleanup." And you could see, like here, junk and debris, 43 Arcade, neighborhood cleanup, neighborhood cleanup. There's 86 properties that got cited that day. And the officer's testimony was that this was aside from that. Is that?
Mr. Bartosh, are you available? Mr.
So I'd
Lima?
like, the officers lied.
I
Okay,
think that you're going to listen to what I have to say. At this point, you are not officiating in this hearing. I've asked a question of staff, and that's what I'm going to get an answer to now. Do I have Mr. Bartosh or Mr. Limos present,
Yes.
please?
I'm here. Sean
what-
Bartosh, the Code Enforcement
What is
Manager.
it that I'm looking at now, this Excel form? Is this something that is response to a Public Records Act? What is this?
Yeah, it appears that it was an Excel spreadsheet that he received, it looks like, from the PRA, Public Records Request.
Okay, and how does this differentiate from an initial complaint received? Is there,
We did do a neighborhood cleanup. I'm looking at the case history now to see if and when a complaint came in and associated with the neighborhood cleanup. It looks like there was a complaint. And then second from the complaint, there was a violation observed during the neighborhood cleanup. And it was a second case was open, and then they realized there was two cases open, and it looks like they merged it into one complaint from what I'm reading right now.
and would you please identify yourself for the record?
Sean Bartosh, Code Enforcement Manager.
Presentation, I have had ample information shared with me today